Hello, hello. So in this video, we're looking at how to add and subtract algebraic fractions. And just like with any normal fraction, when you add and subtract them, the very most important thing is you have to have a common denominator. So that is the most important thing. So for these two, before we can add them, we have to get a common denominator with them both, and then we can combine them. So let's give that a go here. There's nothing really in common between these two denominators, so I'm going to have to multiply everything in here by 3 sets of x minus 1, and I have to multiply top and bottom of this fraction by 2 sets of x plus 3. So to see how that goes, these often take a bit of time. We have 5 sets of 3 sets of x minus 1 there, and the bottom we're going to have 2 of x plus 3 times 3x minus 1. And then we're going to add to that 4 sets of 2 sets of x plus 3. And the bottom, we're going to have our 3 sets of x minus 1 times our 2 sets of x plus 3. Oops. Like that. So now we can kind of expand them a bit. So on the top, here I have 15 sets of x minus 1. And here I have 8 sets of x plus 3. And I could keep this as 2 separate fractions now and simplify this bit and this bit separately. But they're both the same thing. So I kind of may as well just combine them all now and put a plus in between these two. So I'm going to add my 2 fractions and then just have one shared common denominator of 6 sets of x plus 3, x minus 1. Yeah. So that's it. I've now combined them. And that is now a single fraction. But to be honest, you'd normally have to simplify it a bit, particularly the top. So I can expand the top here to be 15x minus 15 plus 8x plus 24. And then on the bottom, I still have 6 sets of x plus 3 and x minus 1. And then simplify it one more time. So on the top, we have 15x plus 8x is 23x minus 15 add 24 is positive 9. It's meant to be a 9. And then we still have the same thing on the bottom. And I could expand the bottom so they didn't have any brackets, but you don't really need to. And often it's more helpful to keep it in brackets like this, because if you need to do something afterwards, like partial fractions or something, then it's easier to have it like this. And that's it. I can't factorize the top again, so that's everything. So just remember, you've got to find a common denominator first, then you can add them. Okay, so the next one we have is this one here, where we have to subtract. So we have 2 over 5 sets of x minus 1. Just pop B. So 2 over 5 sets of x minus 1. And that was take away 3 over 2 sets of x minus 2. 3 sets, 2 x minus 2. So just double check I've written all of that correctly. That's all good. So again, the first thing we're going to do before we can actually subtract these is find a common denominator. So multiply top and bottom here by this, and multiply top and bottom of this fraction by this. So that's going to give us 2 times this. Hope that all makes sense. It just takes a little while to write all this stuff out, but Hopefully it's all making sense, not too hard. And okay, so now we can actually expand these numerators or simplify them and subtract them over the common denominator. So over here, we're going to have 4 sets of x minus 2. Or I could just expand all that at once. 2 times 2 is 4 times x gives us 4x. And then 4 times minus 2 is minus 8. And then over here, we can subtract all of this bit. So we've got 15 here times the x is 15x. And 15 times minus 1 is minus 15. So basically we had this simplifies down to this, take away all of this. And on the bottom, we've got 10 sets of x minus 1, x minus 2. So the last thing we need to do then is actually to simplify the top bit. So 4x, take away 15x, gives us minus 11x. And then minus 8, take away negative 15, the same thing as adding 15. So we're going to get plus 7. Just double check that's right, I think it is. And then on the bottom, we can just keep it as 10 sets of x minus 1, x minus 2. And that's it. We've simplified it down as much as we can. So I hope that all makes sense, and hopefully it was just a recap from first year stuff. But yeah, the really important point is you've got to find a common denominator before you can add and subtract them. And then once you've done that, it's kind of up to you how you go about adding or subtracting them, depending on kind of where you want to actually, like when you want to combine and when you want to simplify, and how many steps you want to do. But yeah, if you've got any questions, let us know down in the FAQ. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.